Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Market Brief. Let's catch up on what's moving in markets today. Good morning. It's Monday, December 29th, and this is your London Open Prep. Two themes set the tone into year-end. A firmer US dollar is gently pressuring major currencies and precious metals, while geopolitics around Ukraine nudges safe haven flows lower and oil a touch higher. Starting with macro and currencies, the greenback is edging back after recent softness. The euro is drifting off last week's highs in thin trade, and the New Zealand dollar is under pressure ahead of Federal Reserve minutes later this week. Sterling is steady into the final days of the year as investors pencil in only gradual Bank of England easing in 2026. In Asia, dollar-yen is backing away from recent gains as the yen trims losses, though separate analysis notes the Bank of Japan remains reluctant to lean in, leaving the broader currency backdrop yen negative for now. India's rupee opened a bit weaker as the effect of central bank support fades, and dollar Canada is finding buyers with liquidity thin. Meanwhile, precious metals are giving back ground. Gold is down about $80 from last week's record, and silver has dropped sharply after comments out of a Trump-Zelensky meeting raised hopes for a Ukraine peace pathway. A broader wobble is visible across minor precious metals, even as copper pushes to new highs and the S&P 500 notched a tentative record on Friday. In energy, West Texas crude is holding recent gains as traders weigh potential supply risks against any near-term easing of Ukraine tensions. On the corporate and policy front, SoftBank is reportedly hunting its next artificial intelligence stake, underscoring persistent interest in the theme, even into a quiet holiday week. In commodities and infrastructure, Nigeria is betting on a long-delayed gas pipeline to catalyze industrial parks and power generation in the north, a reminder of how energy projects feed growth stories. And in Europe's minerals push, Sweden's move to relocate parts of the city of Kiruna around a vast iron ore mine highlights the scale of the continent's resource ambitions. In crypto, sentiment is mixed, with short-term analysis pointing to potential pullbacks in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple after a year of big swings, while longer-term forecast pieces continue to debate the path from here. There's also renewed attention on the rebranded EOS, now Volta, as it pitches faster, cheaper, decentralized applications. Turning to market and sector focus, a mildly stronger dollar and thin liquidity favor a cautious tone in high-beta currencies and weigh on gold and silver. Oil's resilience on supply concerns is supportive for energy equities at the margin, while ongoing AI deal-making chatter helps the broader tech narrative. Looking ahead, the calendar is light today, with attention building toward the Federal Reserve minutes. It's a holiday-shortened week, so expect thinner flows to amplify moves around any headlines. I'll be watching the euro against the dollar for a gentle downtrend to persist if the US currency stays bid, and the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar for further softness into the minutes. I'm keeping an eye on dollar-yen to see whether today's yen firmness extends or stalls, given the Bank of Japan stance. In commodities, I'm watching gold and silver for follow-through lower on peace hopes and a firmer dollar, and West Texas crude for whether supply risk chatter keeps prices supported. The takeaway: markets are calm but reactive, with year-end liquidity making small narratives matter more than usual. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Market Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice, trading recommendations, or investment guidance.